Hello there, thanks for joining in. My name is Prasanjit, and in this video I'll explain how DuetAI can help with Cloudshell on Google Cloud and how you can use it to understand and implement Gcloud commands innovatively. Most importantly, let's also have some fun while unlocking the true power of Google Cloud through the wonders that DuetAI has to offer. So let's get started. So here we are at our Google Cloud console, and the first thing I'll do is to activate the Cloudshell. And for those who have not used Cloudshell yet, it provides you a great tool set to directly communicate with various services that you have provisioned on Google Cloud, and it's a very powerful tool that you can use as an alternative from using the console. You can even use this in your scripts to invoke certain commands and services. So here we are, we have a Cloudshell terminal that has spun up, and you can open your DuetAI chat console alongside. So here we can query certain questions that we have and use the integration with Cloudshell to get our responses and apply them there. So say for example, I put in this prompt which says, how can I use Gcloud command to list Google Cloud storage buckets in a project, and what are the sizes? DuetAI gives me a response that to list all the cloud storage bucket in a project and to have their sizes, you can run this command. So if I click on this, directly it copies the entire command into my console, and I can press enter to get the response. Here I authorize it to run this command, and here I have the response with all the bucket names that I have created. And say for example, I put a prompt and ask it to create a Gcloud command to give the developer Google group access to view my Google Cloud project. So let's see if it can suggest us a command to do just that. So here we are, we get the Google Cloud project IAM policy, and here we can replace it with the project ID and the member names and the roles viewer. For example, this is how the command would look like, and if we execute it, we'll get this policy applied with the roles viewer. Now say I want to change this viewer's role to editor's role. So you can see it also holds the context in the chat. For example, if I just write change that to editor access, it comes up with the same command, but now the roles has changed to editor, and I can use that instead if I want to provision editor access. And for each of these suggestions, you also get citations from the source from where it has derived this command from, so you can deeply read the documentation before applying anything. Now say for example, I want to run a FinOps exercise where I'm trying to find out the list of VM instances that are running, and I want to filter out the terminated ones so that I can delete them later on. So you can just write generate Gcloud command to list VM instances and filter out the terminated ones. So then it will generate the command to do just that. So once I run this command, I get the entire list of instances which are not terminated. Now DuetAI is not just meant for developers or DevOps or system admins. You can even use it as a data scientist if you want to deploy certain things on Google Cloud. For example, let's look at this prompt. say you are a data scientist and you do not have much info on Gcloud commands for creating and managing cloud AI platform for your custom training jobs. So you can directly type in your problem statement as a prompt, and let's see what response comes out of it. So here you get a response that you can run Gcloud AI platform jobs, submit training command, and this command takes in the arguments as follows, and once you run it, you will be able to run your custom training jobs. And you also have an example out here that can help you launch your training machine and launch your training jobs. So if I click here, copy to Cloudshell, this is how the command looks like, and if I run it, my training job will launch on these N1 standard 4 machines. I can even edit it out before running this command by putting in the correct values and replacing them with the example. And if there are already certain AI platform jobs running, you can use this command to list them out. So it provides a comprehensive list of commands that you would be using as a data scientist when you are trying to training your jobs on Google Cloud. So that is how it can also help you run Gcloud commands even if you are not aware of the nitty-gritties of Gcloud commands that you want to run on Cloudshell. Now in another scenario, just imagine, say you are a system admin and you want to configure cloud monitoring dashboards. So you can ask the prompt, show me how to use Gcloud to configure cloud monitoring dashboards for monitoring various cloud resources, and it will provide you with certain examples on how to use a command line for creating dashboards. So Gcloud monitoring dashboards create, and then you have a JSON file which has the configs for creating the dashboard. And if you go ahead and ask, can you show an example dashboard.json file, so that we see the structure of how that JSON file would look like, so that we can customize one for ourselves. Then DuetAI generates a example dashboard.json file that we can copy and create a JSON file of our own, and then run this command with our input. So that is how easy it becomes to create a dashboard when you have DuetAI as your assistant alongside. Now say for example, I am a DevOps persona and I want to create projects, and I put this prompt, guide me through the process of setting up Cloudshell for automatic project configuration and environment setup using Gcloud. So let's see how Duet can help us do that. So here we are. It says you can run this command, Gcloud config set project, and the project ID that will help us set the project, and Gcloud config set and your region. This will help you set your compute region. So that is how these are the values we can replace our variables with and run these commands to set up our project on the Cloudshell where we can work. So you can see pretty much at every step it is your companion and guide that can help you navigate through the waters in Google Cloud. So your errors decrease, your efficiency increases, and you do not have to go outside of your cloud console to another website to get your suggestions on the problems that you're facing or raise a support ticket. So indirectly your efficiency increases and errors reduce, and you are greatly benefited when using DuetAI. So we'll look into further use cases in the next playbook. Thanks for watching.